What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and for the new viewers, welcome. Today's video is actually a requested video from one of my friends. She wanted me to do a detailed highlight and contour video just to show everybody how I achieve my regular makeup look. So this video is for you. So if you guys actually want to see how I achieve this look, please stay tuned. So off camera, I already did my eyebrows, my eyeshadow, and foundation routine. If you want to see that, I could definitely do a video for you guys. But now we're going to kick off the highlight and contour. So starting off for highlight, you need a color that is about 2 to 3 shades lighter than your foundation color. And what I'm using is Nars Cream Concealer, and it's in the shade Ahmad. So when you highlight, you want to make sure you put it in the natural parts of your face, where it has the most light, and that would be underneath your eyes, your cupid's bow, your chin, and your forehead. So starting off with the highlight, I'm definitely just taking it and place it directly underneath my eye. Just use a little bit at a time, and then you could actually build on to the desired look that you want. So just place this highlight directly underneath your eye in a almost, I want to say, triangular kind of band motion, as you can see here. Then I place it on my cupid's bow, my forehead, right down the bridge of my nose, just like that. And then lastly, I place it on my chin. You can't really see it because that mirror is in the way, but you know exactly what's going on. Now to blend out my concealer, what I'm using is this flat foundation brush, a clean flat foundation brush. I actually forgot where I purchased this brush. I think it was from Walmart or something like that. And what I'm doing is I'm doing these small little, I guess, dabs directly on top of the concealer just to blend everything out. Take your time. This is like you're painting a Picasso painting, you know. Take your time and blend everything out, and it would look real smooth. And as you can see, everything's nice and smooth. So you're going to use that same dabbing motion on the top of your forehead just to blend all of that concealer out. You're going to do the same thing down the bridge of your nose and on your chin. Just make sure that the concealer is completely blended out. You don't want any streaks. You don't want any harsh lines or anything like that. This is going to be just the first step of my blending process, and I'll show you the second step after this. Now on to the second step of my blending process, and what I'm using is a beauty blender. You guys can find this at any drugstore or even beauty store, or you could get it offline. I use this for my foundation, and I'm just using the other end just to blend in my concealer. Now this beauty blender, what I did is I dampen it, so it is damp, and what I'm doing is I'm spreading out the concealer, making sure that it's just giving you this flawless look. So keep blending until you're pretty much happy. Now on to contour, and what I'm using is this is the MAC Pro Conceal and Correct palette in the shade Dark. And any type of contour color you want to use, just make sure that it's 2 to 3 shades darker than your foundation color. So I'm opening this up right here just to show you, and I guess the color that's closest to my foundation color is this color, this light color right here. And the shade that I'm using for my contour will be the color directly below it. So that color right there. And that is NW55. So just take a little bit on my brush, and I'll show you a little technique on what I use in order to perfectly contour my face. So you want to make a fish face to kind of give you the idea of where the hollows of your cheek would be, and then you will apply your contour within that hollow point right there. I'm going to take the contour color. This is the NW55 from the MAC kit that I just showed you guys, and I'm going to apply that right there in the hollows of my cheek. It's really hard to actually see what the color looks like because I guess you can see the contour better when I blend it completely out. But just apply it with any type of brush. What I'm using is a flat kind of eyeshadow brush just to apply it. And then I'm using a small contour brush just to blend it out. And I'm just blending everything out in like a circular motion. And take your time in this process because you want to apply a little bit and then keep adding to it. Because once you put too much contour on there, you kind of just have to start your face all over again. So apply a little bit and then generally add a little bit more and more and more until you're satisfied with your contour. Next, I'm going to use this really fluffy contour brush, and with each of my highlight and contour routines, there are two ways that I blend out my product. So with this one, the first way to blend it out was a smaller contour brush, and now I'm using a fluffier brush just to blend everything out so that there's no harsh lines. And I believe this is the MAC 109 brush. I think that's what it is. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's what it is. Now I'm going to use some more of that NW55 concealer or contour color, and I'm gonna start contouring my nose. Some people contour their nose. I do this sometimes, but I apply it with the eyeshadow brush and then I use that contour brush just to blend everything out. And then lastly, I just take that and apply it on my temples. Now, if you have a really big forehead, I don't think I have a huge forehead, I actually have a small one. I would actually apply it onto my temples and just blend everything out. Now onto my setting powder, and this is for directly underneath my eyes for my highlight. I'm using the Sasha Buttercup setting powder. And I'm going back with that damp beauty blender, and I'm going to use some of that setting powder and set everywhere that I place the highlighter color or your highlight. So that would be underneath your eyes, on your forehead, down the bridge of your nose, your cupid's bow, and your chin. So take your time and actually apply this powder. This will actually stop any type of creasing that would happen when you place the contour underneath your eyes, and it definitely prevents creasing. I haven't had any issues with creasing when I apply my setting powder. So with this step, just like I said, a damp beauty blender, use that setting powder and just put it on all the highlighted portions of your face. So to pop out my contour a little bit more, what I like to do is get some of that setting powder and put it directly underneath my contour. Not to cover up my contour color at all. This is basically right there along like your jawline. So once you have completed putting all the setting powder all over your face and you look like a hot mess, just make sure that you start baking. So what baking is basically allowing all of the setting powder to seep into your foundation and your concealers, and it prevents creasing and it prevents your makeup from spreading and moving all over the place. So you would bake, leave it on there for about 5 to 10 minutes, do some crazy stuff while you wait, and then you're gonna brush it off. So now you're going to get a fluffy powder brush and you're going to brush all of this off. Brush off all the excess setting powder off of your face. And this powder brush, I totally forgot where I got this from. It was probably, I want to say Walmart, Target, something. I had this brush for a while now. But Any fluffing brush will do, and just take your time and brush off all of the excess setting powder. Since I applied the setting powder with a beauty blender, like a damp beauty blender, it will take a while, but honestly, just go ahead and brush everything off and you should be good. Now what I like to use is a all-over face powder, and the powder that I'm using is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in the shade Dark Deep. And I'm taking a dense kind of kabuki powder brush. The reason why I'm using a dense one instead of a regular fluffy brush is because I want more product to be placed on my face. So I'm taking that and I'm actually patting some of the product in, and you're gonna plait this all over your face. Now it's time to highlight yet again, and what I'm using is an eyeshadow, and this is just a really like illuminate type of way to kind of make your makeup look even more flawless and give you that kind of glossy look. So use your favorite highlighter. Most highlighters have kind of like a iridescent, I want to say, type of look to it. For some women of color, you want to have maybe a golden effect, but this highlighter that I'm using is actually an eyeshadow, and I forgot what totally forgot the name of it, but it is a eyeshadow from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. And if I can find the name, I'll definitely put it in the description box down below. But I'm also using a smaller fluffy brush just to blend everything completely out. So once that's completed, you definitely want to go ahead and set your entire face with one of your favorite setting sprays. There are so many on the market. Honestly, you just have to try them just to see what actually works for you. But after that's done, you're finished, guys. Thanks guys for watching my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Make sure you hit the subscribe button right here at the top. And don't forget to thumbs up the video if you liked it. I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.